What if you had to buy your first car or a very fun, practical city runaround vehicle which is extremely spacious, has brilliant fuel mileage and extremely stylish? Allow me to introduce you to the Nissan Magnite, the 2025 version now available with CNG. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything from the way it drives, the ride and performance, the touch and feel, and I'm going to go into the deep essence of this vehicle. And in the end, you'll have a clear picture if the Nissan Magnite is the perfect pick for you. A huge thank you and shout out to EVM Nissan for providing me this vehicle for today's video. If you are on the lookout for a new Nissan Magnite, do give these guys a call. They're one of the best Nissan dealerships in the country. And now coming to the Nissan Magnite, what is it? This is a sub-4 meter compact SUV from Nissan, starting at around 6.14 lakhs, going all the way to 11.9 lakhs. Those are the ex-showroom prices. And in that you get two engine options. One is a 1-litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol, makes around 99 bhp. And we have this, the 1-litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder, which makes around 71 bhp. Both engines are super creamy refined. And let's talk about the styling. This car is the 1-litre naturally aspirated full option trim, finished in this beautiful shade called garnet red. It is a very, very lovely color. You do get LED projector headlights, a very bold Nissan grille with the chrome flanks on either side, which gives it a very Datsun-ish look. We have the gloss black grille with the Nissan logo in the center. Fog lights over here, which looks almost like a very off-roady SUV, almost like the Nissan X-Trail or Pathfinders which you find outside of India. Very beautiful. You get this L-shaped kind of a design for the daytime running lights. Coming to the sides, you have this beautiful 16-inch alloy wheel on this full option trim, finished in 195/60 R16 tires, plastic wheel claddings to give it that more SUV look. The ground clearance is huge at 205 millimeters, suitable for Indian driving conditions. You do get a very coupe SUV kind of a silhouette. The chrome door handles are a part of the full option trim, and you do get request sensors over here. Coming to the back, you have a very beautifully designed back end with a lovely tail lamp, a very lovely angular design spoiler, shark fin antenna, defoggers, rear wiper, a huge Nissan Magnite script written horizontally, and the back bumper is very smart. You also get reversing cameras with parking sensors in this model. Now let's quickly check out the boot. In the normal version, you do get 336 liters of boot space, but since this is the CNG version, you do get the CNG tank over here. So it eats up most of the space, but there is space for two soft bags over here. You do get a parcel shelf, and yeah, this car is the CNG, and the CNG is not like a factory fitted CNG. I'm going to show you once we pop the hood. And now this is the heart of the beast. This is the 1-litre naturally aspirated motor, and this was what I said is the CNG kit. Now this is, like I said, a dealer level fitment. You have to pay around rupees 75,000 extra on top of the price of the vehicle to get this installed. That is pretty good, because once you get the system installed from the dealer, it is not voiding the warranty, and you do get the standard warranty of 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers. So the CNG kit is covered under warranty. It is made by a company called Motozen Fuel Systems. That is the badge over here. So yeah, this is much better than an aftermarket fitment, because this is covered under warranty. You can see the gauges over there. Everything looks nice, like all of the wiring. Everything is very neatly installed, almost like a factory level fitment. So there is no doubts whether if this will leak. It has auto cutoff, so it has that OEM level of finish. And now driving the Nissan Magnite CNG with the 1-litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder engine. And let me just tell you, this engine is very refined. Like, I was not expecting a 3-cylinder 1-litre engine to be this silky smooth. Like, it does not feel like a 3-cylinder engine at all. I don't know if the mic is picking that up, but this car does not have that 3-cylinder thump. It is there, it is evident, but you hardly notice it. And if you are not an enthusiast and you don't know what a 3-cylinder thump is, this will feel quite naturally like a 4-cylinder engine. and it has punch. Like, it is decently peppy. The turbo petrol will have more punch because that has around 99 bhp. This car produces 71 bhp, I believe, but this feels like 90 bhp if you know what I'm saying. So this engine is very refined and extremely nimble. Like, it manages the weight of this car so well. It does not feel underpowered at all. And this brilliant 5-speed manual gearbox is a gem to drive. Like, the gear action is very crisp. It slots into all of the gates very nicely. The clutch is very light, but I do have a gripe with the clutch, where the clutch has a mind of its own at times. I can't recreate it every time, but every now and then when I release the clutch, the car does jerk violently. I don't know if it's a problem with this specific car or it is a character of the Nissan Magnite, but there is that unwanted clutch jerk, like you see there. I was very smooth with the clutch, but it has that jerk, a sudden violent jerk. I do not like that at all. But apart from that, the gear action is very nice. This car is so capable that I'm doing 40 kilometers. I'm in 5th gear right now. The car is not shuddering. It is not vibrating. Doing 40 kilometers in 5th gear in rush hour traffic, the car is just pulling itself along. It is very, very capable in that sense. So you could get brilliant fuel mileage if you drive like this. Now, Nissan claims for the normal petrol a mileage of around 19, and for this, the CNG version, they claim a mileage of 24. So that is brilliant fuel mileage. And talking about the ride is surprisingly comfortable for what it is. This is, like I said, an entry-level vehicle, and the ride is very supple. You will not expect a car like this to be so well behaved. Like, it does handle pretty good. Like, it takes the corners very nicely, and the steering, although this is an electrically assisted power steering, it feels good. It weighs up in the corner. And something which I have noticed is the rebound, like the, what do you call it, the circle back. Once you make a U-turn, the car almost electrically pulls the steering back to center. It is almost electric in the way the steering comes back to center. It is quite powerful, but overall the steering feel is good, and there is no noticeable body roll. I've been driving this car all morning and I feel relaxed. I feel comfortable. This interior is very lovely. The practicality is there, and for a car which starts at around 6.14 lakhs, what else could you ask for? And overall, this is a very lovely city car. You could use it day to day, office to home, your 9 to 5 runs. This car will do it brilliantly. And if you want to be peppy and sporty, well, you can drop a gear. This car will rev all the way happily till 5000 RPM, although it shows the red line at 6000 RPM. 5000 is where the Nissan Magnite feels comfortable. Don't go beyond that. The car will just scream at you. Won't scream, it will just cry in agony. So, and the only reason to get the 1-liter turbo petrol, in my opinion, is for that brilliant CVT transmission. That is such a game changer. Like, a CVT in this price point is unheard of, and CVTs from Nissan have always been a gem to drive. It is the best combination, but if you want practicality and if you want mileage, then nothing beats this manual transmission where you can row your own gears, and like I said, you could switch it into 5th gear at around 40 kilometers. Let's just give it some gas. It is fun. It is not sluggish at all. And the horn is just beautiful. It is like that typical German European horn. I love that. And you don't expect things like this, like a frameless IRVM, leather padded steering with red contrasted stitching. You don't expect these kind of things from an entry level vehicle. So that is very surprising. The way this car makes you feel is just on another level. This feels almost like a Toyota product. So yeah, that is the best comparison I can draw. This feels like a very premium Toyota product rather than an entry level Maruti competitor or a Hyundai competitor. This feels very, very European, but having that Japanese robustness. It is just a very, very, very impressive car. So now we're sitting inside the Nissan Magnite, and this is a very, very lovely place to be in. I know that is cliche, but it is actually. Now we'll start off with the key. This is the Nissan key. a very heavy, nice feeling key. It's a very premium key. This car has the optional push start stop button. There's a start stop button over there, and there's a Nissan Magnite animation, and she comes to life. Right off the bat, this interior feels very premium. Like, the design is brilliant. You can see there is that slight Lamborghini Urus effect from these two vents and the screen over here. Yes, it does look like a Lamborghini Urus dashboard. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it really looks good. And overall, the materials used are very nice. Like, these are hard plastics, but they feel really good. Like, nothing rattles. Like, everything is solidly put together. Like, there is no rattles or creaks. And this over here in this full option model is leather padded, and you do get contrasting red stitching, which is really nice. You get the same treatment on the door cards too. Like, this part over here is leather with this red stitching, and the top portion is plastic but feels good. Now let's talk about the steering wheel, which is in my eye the best feature of this car. Just holding onto the steering feels really good. It is leather padded on this full option version with contrasted red stitching, which is brilliant. It feels like a very expensive steering wheel. It feels like a steering which belongs on a car which is almost twice or thrice more expensive. That is how good the steering is to hold on to. You do get these beautiful piano black elements, so a very posh steering wheel assembly. And on this version you do get the digital dials over there. It is a screen. You do get a switch over here to toggle the modes: fuel economy, your trip information, your tire pressure monitoring system. Everything is in that screen. And from there we come to the 8-inch infotainment display over here, which is a very basic unit, but it is very snappy. It works quite fast. All of the menus are quite snappy. Eco driving statistics, yeah, you do get scores. So a very nice system. And this car also gets a reversing camera, and you get a reversing camera with fixed guidelines, and you also get a top down view. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there is a top down view too, so that is very handy to have. Over here you have a set of buttons for your lock. Yeah, those are your door locks. These are for your defoggers. These are for your hazard lights. And over here the climate control switches are very, very neatly integrated. All of these dials are very satisfying to use. You do get a small display inside them, so a very Range Rover-esque feel for the climate controls. These are toggle type switches. You do get a parcel shelf over here for your phone. The engine start stop button, another huge space to keep things. You have a 12-volt power socket, a USB-A port over here, the gear lever over here, which is very nice. You have that leather boot with contrasted stitching. Even the handbrake has that leather stitching and leather treatment, which is really, really nice. You get 2 cup holders, you get an armrest again with the contrasted stitching, and this is not the most deepest, but it is an average sized glove box area. And coming to the seats, they are brilliant. They are half leather, half fabric seats. So a very lovely seat color combination too, white, black and red stitching, which is very, very sporty, very good looking. Like, this cloth material is very premium. It feels really good and you don't sweat once you sit here. And the seat is decent enough for larger people to sit in, and the bolstering is really good. But I really like these leather treatments over here, which matches the door cards too. And the door cards do get a chrome finished door opener, which is really premium. Doors and all are light, typical Japanese feel. You do get a corrugated finish with the Nissan Magnite script over here for your power window control housing, which is really nice. Auto up and down for your driver. Automatic folding mirrors on this full option trim. And something which I really, really like is this rear view mirror. This is a frameless kind of a design, which is really posh. You will not expect something like this on a car which costs around 7 to 8 lakhs. So this is just so premium. Looks really good. Oh, those are the things I really, really like. This light system over here is very basic. Now this is something which you will expect on a car of this price, not this. This is ultra premium. And you also get a fire extinguisher underneath the passenger seat. And now sitting in the back seat of the Nissan Magnite, space is good for 2 people. 2 people will be super comfortable. You could squeeze in 3 people and it won't be such a fuss. But check out the amount of knee room I have. Now this seat is set to my driving position, that is in a medium setting, and there is no lack of space in here. I'm not the tallest person, but still There is plenty of headroom, plenty of knee room. You do get dedicated AC vents back here. So overall, a very lovely place to be in. The glass area is huge, so you won't feel claustrophobic. And the seats, they are very firm, like not in a bad way. This is actually very supportive. My back is getting beautiful support. What else do you get? You get an armrest with cup holders and a small tray over here. Yes, this is not the most equipment filled, but it has all of the basics and it just feels very, very lovely. You do also get a quarter window over here, so it adds in more light, and the parcel shelf is easily accessible. There is an option for a middle seat belt, so Nissan has made this so that 3 people can sit in the back seat, but 2 people, even on the longest of longest journeys, will be super, super comfortable back here. And that was it. That was my comprehensive review with the Nissan Magnite CNG. What did you think? Would you buy the CNG, or would you buy the regular naturally aspirated petrol, or would you buy something else altogether? Do let us know by writing down in the comment sections below. Like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. We'll catch you pretty soon with another video. Till then, have fun, drive safe, and God bless. Bye.